Alright gang, welcome back to a Frugal Millionaire Challenge on Mazo. You join me actively June day 2. You pretty much know what we got to do, right? We've got to harvest that field over there, which I've already taken the harvester over there and got it prepped and ready to go. And as you can see, I've kind of begun taking out some of the straw bales here. Now, there are some things I want to accomplish today, and it's going to involve spending pretty much all the money we have. And once we get a full bale here, I will show you exactly what we're going to be doing, because we're getting rid of this baler. And the reason we're getting rid of this baler is because in the used sale market today, there is a Fendt combi silage. We're going to be getting this one. Allows us to go up to 150 centimeters in width for the actual balers themselves. We've utilized this before, I think this is the one we utilized. If it wasn't, it was a similar one, but I'm pretty sure we utilized this one. Did I not turn that off? Oh, I put back only on. There we go. Now, what foil color do we want to utilize? That's the question. This is going to be good for us because I said we needed to get something to turn into silage, and this way we don't have to have another piece of equipment and to run around and pick up the bales. This will do it all together for us. So what color should we do here? I'm kind of leaning towards green here because we've been pretty much doing everything green. Like all of our equipment is green. Our harvester's green. All of our tractors are green. So maybe we just do the John Deere green because originally you started with the John Deere Gator, right? Maybe we do the John Deere green. We'll do the John Deere green. Wrapping design. We really don't care. Since we have the auto loader now, we really don't care. Or the loading wagon, whatever you want to call it. The bale picker-upper, whatever. The bale loader, whatever you want to call it. We have that, so I guess we really don't care that much about the end turner. I do like the end turner if I'm utilizing forks and picking it up myself. It does make it much easier. So let's buy this. $39,928. It's not too shabby. So we'll go pick this up. I'll take this Kloss up to the shop and sell it. We'll get a few $1,000s back. But yeah, we pretty much used all the money that we have made here over the last few months because that is going to be extremely useful for us. If it's the one I think it is, which I really didn't look into it, so I don't know for sure right now, but if it's the one I think it is, I believe we can even turn straw into silage, which is going to be great for the rest of that straw on the ground. That will be fantastic. We'll make a lot more money off of it. So let's get this back to the shop, and we'll see what we're dealing with here. Alright, we're pulling up here, gang. Let's sell this thing. Evidently I can still repaint it. I thought I repainted it. Maybe I repainted it. Maybe I didn't repaint it. I don't know. Well, we're repainting it again, I guess, for $52. Fine. $14,952. Totally worth it. About half back of what we actually spent on the new baler there. Now, that baler, obviously, it's used, right? So we're going to have to service it immediately. But that's okay. It'll be good for us for at least for a while, and then maybe eventually when it gets to be a point where we have to service it too much, we can upgrade to a new one or a different one, right? But for now, this should be sufficient for us. Let's get this back to the farm, and let's see what happens as far as maybe potentially turning these straw bales into silage bales. And I think I'm going to actually, on the way there, let's do it right now. Quick save real quick. Let's, here we go. Bale size. We want 150. That should still work for our bale loader, I believe. Let's just double check that answer. Yes, it will pick up 150. So we're gonna do that. That way I turned it on now. That way I don't forget about it. And we'll get going. All right, we're back here. Let's get going. And let's see what happens here. I don't know if this is the one I think it is or not. I can turn the beacon off now, I guess, but I mentioned it before, right? We've utilized it in the Broke to Billionaire Challenge on Ohio Richlands, and I believe we utilized it also in the campaign. I think it was on Baler. I'm pretty sure we utilized it there as well. Now, these straw bales, you may be asking, what are you going to do with them? I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with these straw bales yet. We really don't have a need for straw. We still have some straw square bales over there in the barn there that we need to do something with as well. So I'm going to think of something. I might end up actually utilizing a production for the straw to utilize it for something else potentially. But if we do that, and if this is able to turn these into straw silage bales, we really won't need that production for very long. So I'm not sure if that's really the option either. We might want to just wait on it and see. Yep, it's wrapping them. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was the one that we've utilized before. So, yeah, we won't really need that production for long if we decide to go that path, which we can. Not a big deal, but we could always just resell that production once it's done. But maybe there's something else we could utilize the straw for. Now we can put it with, you know, cows and stuff. But I don't think we're going to actually. I think at the very beginning of the actual series, I talked about potentially putting cows down. I don't think we're going to get to cows. Now there's still a number of episodes left in this series, but we're not far off actually from this series closing out as well, and that's mostly because of FS22 looming in sight. And I've mentioned it before, and I'll say it again really quickly here. I won't go into much detail because I've done that already, but I want to do at least 2 more series. One of them you already know about. It's replacing the 200 horsepower challenge, and it should be coming up. If it's not this week, it'll be the following week. Unless anything else happens between now and then from Rusty and Crustu, right? We're just kind of waiting on them to finalize the details for it. And then after that, I've got a series I'm going to be running. I'm creating it myself. It's another challenge series, and that's what will replace this. Now, it's not necessarily that I want to replace this series. I really am having a lot of fun on this series, but honestly, we could be done with the actual goal for this series in probably 4 episodes, if not less, if we really wanted to. We got rid of all the wood and everything here, right? We would have $1 million pretty quickly. And we sold everything we have in the silos after we harvest everything here. Like, we're definitely going to be there, right? So pretty much by the time you know, January, February comes, winter, we realistically could be done with this series if we wanted to. Not saying we're going to be. We might not. We'll see where we're at, and we'll see about my other series and where I've got to in that. I've got some more work to do on that one. I kind of got a ballpark idea of what I want to do, but I need to figure out the map, which I'm going to have both my members and you help decide that. My members to the extent of narrowing it down, and then everybody will get the choice to, you know, try to figure out what map we do that on once that time comes. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. That is a ways away. Like I said, we're probably at least... It'll be a mini-series, the other one that we're going to do to replace this. We really can't be any longer than a mini-series, honestly, because FS22 will be here before you know it. So it'll probably be... I would think we might start it somewhere in the end of August. That gives us 2 months plus a couple of... maybe a week, 2 months plus a week before FS22 comes out, right? That's just my initial guess. It could be earlier than that, could be later than that. Somewhere around the 8 to 10 episode mark, a mini-series. I think that's kind of what we're shooting for that last series. Now, a little bit different from Farming Simulator, but you guys know that I do have another channel that I ran before I started this channel. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers. I've got 815 at the time of this recording. I've kind of changed up a little bit the way that I go about the channel, so if you're interested in other games that are not Farming Simulator games, maybe go give it a shot. Go give it a check out. I would appreciate it. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on that. I do a lot of different things there. Do a lot of challenges on that, and then I've just kind of recently switched up the approach to that channel, where I'm going to do some very basic mini reviews. Z reviews is what I'm going to call them, right? About 10 minutes or so, around that. But then I'm also doing full playthroughs of different games with no commentary, and I'm taking that and then, you know, doing reviews as I want, right? Initially, I said I was going to do it from everyone I put up, but doing the actual work of, you know, building out a script for it, right? It takes a little bit longer than I actually thought it was going to take me to do, and not necessarily that, I mean, I could just do it, but I want it to be, you know, decent, or the best I can do. Now, I've never really done reviews and stuff, so I'm pretty new at it, so that might be another reason why it takes me a little bit longer, but maybe eventually I'll get faster at it. But anyway, I'm kind of going on a rant here. This is a farming channel. You probably don't really care about that, but if you do like other games, if you like watching other games that are not Farming Simulator shooters, Dynasty Warriors hack and slash stuff, racing games, things like that. If you like that stuff, please give it a follow. I'd appreciate it. Because it's free, right? So why not? Alright, so we need, well, those bales have to get picked up at some point, but that field probably is not going to have a whole lot going on to it right now unless we decide to change it up and do something different in there. We really can't drill anything today, with the exception of we could put olives in, poplar grass, oilseed radish, and then we can do the root crops. But otherwise, we really can't put anything in there until August at the earliest. We could put canola in August. So yeah, that field really, even though it's not the most ideal situation, we can leave the bales there for now and pick them up in a little bit. Now, what I could do is find somewhere to stack all those bales at, whether it's in one of these sheds or, you know, the big shed we bought, or maybe even another shed. We could potentially do that or go that approach, but I'm not sure I want to do that yet. I need to kind of think about that. I need to sit and think about it for a little bit longer, if that makes sense. So let's grab our trailer here. We're going to head on over to our other field that needs to be harvested today, I should say. Yeah, things are going good. Hopefully everybody's doing well. I haven't asked you that. I hope you're all doing well today. And I appreciate you bearing with me while I talked about my other channel briefly. I won't talk about it pretty much anymore probably on the channel. Maybe every once in a blue moon if something big comes out that I'm excited about that I want to tell you about. But otherwise, we'll keep this channel just to farming. But I do like telling you about it just in case you're interested in it, because maybe you don't even know about it. Maybe you don't know I have another channel, right? The challenges I like to do on there, which most of the challenges up to this point have been all like Dynasty Warriors-based challenges, Warrior-based challenge games. But I do have a GoldenEye challenge that I'm actively running in there. It's been a bit since I've put a new video up because I've been having an issue with one of the levels. But yeah, I'm running through GoldenEye, trying not to take any damage and utilizing only one specific weapon. So that's been pretty fun. Back into that again, but I will be doing other challenge games, challenge type of on games, challenges on different games. Here we go, get it right, Z. That are not Warriors games here very soon as well. So probably we'll be doing a Dead Rising of some sort. I love Dead Rising. I love zombie games in general. That's mostly what I like to play, is racing games, shooters, zombie games a lot, and Warriors games. So, all right, that's enough about that channel. So we got to get this harvested. It won't take us too long to do this. This is not a very big field. Now, as far as what else we might do today, because it might be a relatively shorter episode, what we can do is we can obviously pick up all this straw off the ground, right? I shouldn't even put away the baler, but that's all right. I'll go get it again. I forgot this was. Am I going to get it right this time? Is it wheat? No, it's barley again, isn't it? It's barley again. Why do you always get wheat and barley confused? I mean, I've been playing this game. No, I've been playing since 2017, since FS17 came out, or 2016, I guess, late 2016 when it came out. And I always get barley and wheat confused. I don't know why. Like, they're pretty, I mean, they're not that different of a little logo image, but they're pretty different. But I always get them confused. I don't know why I get them confused, but I do. Anybody else get those confused ever? Even though you've been playing this game for, well, damn near almost a decade now. If I started in 2016, it's 2024 now, right? That's probably just me. So we really don't have a whole lot of money, right? We don't have a... I'm sorry, getting hit the microphone there. We really don't have a whole lot of money. We don't have a whole lot of money to, you know, buy another plot of land or anything like that like we've been doing. So, what are we going to do for the remainder of the episode? Well, we'll pick up the straw off the ground. We could cultivate the fields. We could pick up all of the bales and all that stuff, right? We could do all of that. We could put another shed over there somewhere to help store some bales, right? I said let's probably put all of our bales and stuff over there, right? We talked about maybe doing it on our main yard, but we also talked about putting it over there, so there's that option too. The other option we have is to put some chickens in. I've talked about chickens for quite a while. We haven't done it yet. We have plenty of wheat in there to put chickens down. So, I don't know. We'll think about it. I really don't... I kind of had some thoughts on where I wanted to put the chickens previously, but those thoughts have kind of changed a little bit ever since we decided that we were going to, at some point in the near future, remove our little pond we put in, right, and expand the yard. Because my thought was to put them, and I'll show you when we get over there, my thought was to put them kind of behind our initial shed, if that makes sense. The initial white shed we put in, that's... You can kind of see from here, right by our silo, that shed that's right there, that little tiny shed. I had thought about putting it behind them, close to the pond. But since we're going to modify that a little bit, I don't know if that's where I want to put them now. So that is kind of the reason why we haven't put the chickens in yet, because we could have put the chickens in a long time ago. It takes a few seconds to put the chickens in. We had plenty of wheat. We just haven't done it. See, I don't know. What to think about it. Now, I am doing this video on Saturday. Yes, it's Saturday, yes. Saturday afternoon. So it is a couple of days before the video comes out, and I've talked about it before, and I'll talk about it again. I like to have, whenever I'm not going on vacation or I'm not out of town for work or anything like that, I like to have 5 videos loaded up. So if today's Saturday, for example, I would have videos ready to go on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I'd have those 5 videos all done, ready to go. Now, they may not... just killing crop again. Talking to you and killing crop. Now, they may not actually be up on the channel. And what I mean by that is they may not be fully edited, but I like to have them all recorded. And the reason I like to do that is not because, you know, I want to get them all done that early in advance and not, you know, potentially hear or think about what you guys say in the comments or anything like that to change it. But it's more just for me and my schedule. It just makes sense for me and my schedule because I work a full-time job, as you know, and my job is very demanding, and I'm always on call. So you never know what might happen there, and so it's just a preference of mine to have some loaded up in case some kind of emergency issue occurs. And, you know, I had a long day at work and I don't feel like doing a video. That way I have some ready to go. So, where am I going with this? That's a great question. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I think I'm just talking to you. Well, I'm just going to shut up. Alright, we're almost done here. I guess where I was going with that is that, you know, I may not be able to incorporate everything that you might say in the comments, which I've said this before, but I guess that's where I was going with it. I don't know. I feel like I had another... it's like, squirrel, look at the squirrel. I feel like I had another reason for saying all that, but now I've lost my mind. I've lost track of my mind, so let's just ignore all that, but that's just a high level, I guess, of how I run the channel. What a weirdo. What a weirdo. Now, next month, let's see. The canola should be ready next month, so we're going to have a lot of canola to harvest, and it looks like that's pretty much it. So, I think we have 2 canola fields. We have 2 canola fields. So these 2 fields will be ready to go. So then this one will be able to combine together, which will be nice. And I think, let's see, next month we'll be able to not drill anything yet. But it seems like once everything's done, it's going to be, again, canola and wheat and barley that we're putting in, because we really can't plant anything else. We can't plant any soybeans or anything like that yet. Soybeans are pretty much done for the season, actually. Yeah, we're not going to be able to plant soybeans again until March. So we kind of missed the ball there on the soybeans. I do like doing soybeans, and we don't have any soybeans at all. So the only way we could get soybeans is if we bought, you know, a plot of land that had soybeans, and there's really nothing near our area. It's not that we couldn't go up here and buy one. We certainly could. I'm kind of leaning towards doing that here in the near future, potentially, depending on how far the series goes. But to do that, I think we need a different harvester than what we have as well. Not that there's anything wrong with this harvester. I like it a lot. It's just slow. It says it can go 23 mile per hour. There's something wrong with it. I can't get it to go past 7 mile per hour at some points, mostly 6. Now, when you're harvesting, 6 makes perfect sense. But if I'm not harvesting, I have the harvester off, everything's empty, unloaded, like I should be able to go 23 mile per hour according to that speedometer there, but it does not let me do it. So I don't know if it's a console issue, mod hub issue, or what it is, but and no, it's not. I don't have like the cruise control set or anything like that only on that 6 mile per hour. It's not that. I've checked that as well. So I don't know what is wrong with it, but just for doing the normal harvesting, it works great. So it looks like this is going to be another episode, probably, unless we do, maybe we do one here. I was going to say this is probably going to be another episode with no time-lapse, but we might do a time-lapse here picking up the straw. We probably will, actually. Picking up the straw and then picking up all the bales. We'll probably do a time-lapse for that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think we'll do that. Now, we haven't done any kind of contract for a long, long time. We also have not found any kind of hidden collectible for a very, very long time. We really haven't needed to, right? We've had enough to do that we haven't needed to. There's some harvesting contracts out here, but nothing's really tickling my fancy. I think the contracts at this point, we're just going to leave them to... Oh, I put a worker on it. Did not mean to do that. I think we're just going to leave them to just doing the fertilizing, because we have that great fertilizer spreader, and we can get that stuff done so fast. If we were to do a harvesting contract with this, it would take us an eternity just to get there, based off how slow that I have to go with this thing, right? Alright, field is all done and harvested, so let's unload this. I'm going to get everything back to the farm. We'll get the actual barley unloaded, make sure I get it right, not wheat, it's barley. And we'll get the baler back out. We'll get all of this turned into silage bales. It probably won't be that many bales, honestly, because we bumped it up to 150 centimeters, right? So it probably won't be that many bales. But we'll get it bumped up and probably 4 bales out of this, maybe, if we're lucky. And then that silage, when it's time to sell it, will make us a lot of money too. And that baler is going to be great for the grass field. We've got such a massive grass field, and we have so many grass bales over there for the sheep. We're never going to need to probably put grass bales down again for the sheep. There's so many over there that it's all going to be silage. So that's just another money maker. And that's quite a large money maker. If we go look at it again, I don't know if I actually did this after I was done or not, but if you look at this, that is a large grass field, gang. I mean, that's a lot of grass that we're going to have when it's all ready and said and done. And eventually, when we buy this plot of land, because we said we're going to, and we expand it out this way, man, that is a huge, huge grass field. Truly gigantic. So let's go get this back. Unload it. 51%, 9,562 liters of barley. That's pretty good, I think. Let's get it unloaded, and we'll get everything out of the way. Go get the baler, and we'll throw a bit of a time lapse in, baling all that up, and probably picking it up too. Well, that's an issue. Bale's not supported. I swear I put it in... did I do something wrong? How big is this? Why is that not supported? Well, that sucks, gang. We're not gonna be able to use this anymore then. Shit. I'm gonna have to change the bale size down moving forward, I guess. I guess I have to go back down to whatever it was, and hopefully that'll work. Ugh. So I won't get rid of this yet until we're for sure that it's just a... I mean, if we drop the bale size back down to 125, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Maybe I just looked at it wrong and maybe it doesn't fit 150. Maybe it's only 125 or 180 or something. I don't know. That's a weird thing, though, but I don't... Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Either way, we'll have to figure something out for those bales, I guess, at this point. But we can get these. So this ended my time lapse a little bit shorter than I wanted to because I was going to run around and pick these up after we got all the silage bales picked up, right? But that obviously isn't going to work now, so we got to figure something else out for this. Yeah, I'm gonna think of something then, gang. That sucks. Well, the one thing I can say, though, is that... quick save here again. So next month, July, we're really not gonna have a whole lot to do again, right? We could put in some more root crops, potentially, if we figure out a way to do that. But, other than that... we're not going to be able to do anything. And if we put root crops in, then we're not going to be able to put anything else in after they're ready to harvest until next season. So, don't think I want to do that. I think I'd rather just wait out a month and put in barley, wheat, or whatever. Right? That's what I think, at least, at this current moment in time. That's what I'm thinking. So what we'll probably end up doing is waiting to do anything else with these fields until the next episode, because, as I mentioned, there's not going to be a ton to do. And that way we can cultivate those fields up and then see if we can think of anything else to do, like with the chickens, things like that, right? Yeah. So... I think the only other thing I can think about doing today is try to figure out something for these bales, right? I talked about trying to figure out something to utilize these bales. Really what I want is like an open-ended, open-air shed, basically. So let me look and see if I can find anything relatively reasonable. That way we could drive through the bales and then drop them off in there, and then they'll be easier to pick back up to when need be. Let me look. Alright, so we went with this shed here, gang. It was a little pricey, but I think it's worth it. I think we're going to be doing a lot of... Ooh, I put the wrong thing. We're going to be doing a lot of... baling, right, for a little bit here, so I think it makes sense. Just try to touch this up a little bit here. That'll work. That'll work. And it gives us room to come in here and drop this off, and then we also have room here if we wanted to ever expand this out this way and maybe put some equipment in there. It's a pretty big shed, honestly. So that'll work for us. We'll utilize that. And this will be grass, right? So we could drive on this if we have to. It's not a big deal. And it'll keep all of our stuff out of the weather, right? All of our bales out of the weather operations. about there, I think. Alright. Lower the loading platform back down. Kind of driving in the neighbor's field here, but that's alright. We'll gloss over that. And we'll go ahead and back this up and put this away. Now, I'm going to have to figure out something to do with those silage bales. I really don't know what I'm going to do there. I guess I should have not tried to bump it up. I guess that was an issue for this loader. I swear I've done 150 centimeters on this loader before, though, but clearly that's not the case. Weird. I don't know. That's weird. I'm going to leave the tractor over here for now, I think. Probably should be good to have one tractor over here constantly doing the sheep and the grass and everything else. The baling stuff, right? Probably should bring the baler over here too, if I'm honest with you, but we'll do that in the next episode though, gang. So I think we're going to leave this one here. It's a little bit shorter, I know, but I mean, we got everything we wanted to accomplish today done, besides moving the rest of those bales out of the way. But we'll have to think of some idea to get rid of those bales. We may just have to get the fork on the wheel loader there and put them up and get a trailer of some sort, stick them on a trailer. That may end up being what we have to do. Just buy a cheap trailer, something like that, since we're going to attempt to try a different size next time and see if we'll be able to pick them up with that loading, that bale loader, right? So, but for now, we'll leave the episode there. Next episode, we've got to cultivate those fields up, get those bales picked up, and we'll probably do a contract for the first time in a long time. So we'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button. Oh, I ran out of battery on my controller. I thought I was going to be able to make it all the way through, because you probably saw it pop up saying my battery is low. That clearly did not happen. But again, like, subscribe if you do. It's free, helps me a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or ideas, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Check my other channel out. Like I said, if you're interested in other games besides Farming Simulator, and until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in the next episode.